Hi everyone, welcome to Chinese Pod. My name's Fiona.
大家好，欢迎来到中文播客，我是方景。
You're watching 3 episodes of 请问. In these 3 episodes of 请问, we're going to try and manage the impossible. We're going to open the Pandora's box of love. We're probably going to turn off all commenting functions. We're going to forbid you to post anything on the forum on this topic because actually the topic of le is a very, very tricky one. There's ongoing academic studies as we speak. But Constance and I are going to try our best. We've broken down le into 3 main types of le. We're going to give you some examples of how they're used, how they're different in these 3 episodes. We appreciate that this is a big topic, okay? It's a big topic, so we do want you to take your time, watch one, have a cup of tea, maybe watch the next one tomorrow. If you want to watch them all 3 in one go, go ahead and do that. But do bear in mind it's going to take a bit of digesting.
对
You guys ready? Let's start with the first le.
第一个了，我们常常叫做动作完成的了。
So this is most commonly referred to as the action complete le.
这个了最重要的是，它一定马上接在一个动词的后面，动词了。
Okay, so the key thing with this action complete le is it always follows a verb. And it indicates that this action has been completed. It is not past tense. It is not past tense. It is not past tense. You're going to get this into your head. It is not past tense.
因为中文不是一个时态语言，中文是一个时貌的语言，也就是说，我们描述一件事情是它还没开始，正在做，或是已经完成。
So Chinese is not a tense-based language. We tend to describe that action and maybe how it's happening, when it's happening, but the tense it's kind of awkward talking about tense in English, but it can change, right? You can be describing something being completed in the future, in the present, in the past. So often previously when this le was taught, comparing it to ed seemed to be a good way for especially English speakers to understand this, but it's actually caused more problems than the problems it solved. So it's not past tense, guys. It's action complete. And we'll give you some examples where things are happening in the past, in the present, and in the future to show you that.
好，第一个例子哦，我下了班就去找你。
Okay, so the first example, when I finish work, I'll go see you. 我下了班, right? In this case, 下班.
对
Yeah.
下班，因为下才是那个动词，所以下了班就去找你。所以做完这个事情，马上做下一件事情。
Okay, so when this particular action is complete, I'll go do something else. Let's have another example.
为了要表示我们不是一个时态啊，不是一个 tense，我可以说明天我下了班就去找你。
There you go. So we're giving you an action in the future. So when I finish work tomorrow, I'll go see you, right? We're still referring to that particular action being completed in the future, right? But it's happening tomorrow. So it's not tense based.
那第二个例子呢是这本书我看了，可是不太喜欢。
Okay. So I've read this book, but I don't really like it. 这本书我看了，但是不太喜欢。
对，所以已经知道他不喜欢，我们就知道看了这件事情是在以前已经发生的事情。
So, I mean, I guess that's where the confusion can sometimes come in because obviously most of the time when you're referring to a completed action, it's been completed in the past.
对。
But you can also describe events in the future.
比方说哦，这本书我下个礼拜看了再给你。
So, when I finish this book next week, I'll give it to you.
对，所以跟刚刚那个例子不一样。刚刚那个是因为他说了我看了，可是不喜欢，他已经知道他不喜欢，所以我们知道这件事情已经发生。那刚刚的第二个例子呢，是下个礼拜看了给你，所以下个礼拜一定是未来的事情。
That's right. Now, another distinguishing feature of this completed action le is that it often doesn't end the sentence. Right? If you use this action complete le, the person you're speaking to will be like, and Let's give you some examples of this.
比方我说功课我写了，那好像
It's like, I finished my homework.
对，就是对说中文的人来说，但我听了以后，我会想说，功课你写了，所以呢，好，所以如果你要这样讲的话，比较好的可能是功课我写了，可是还没有交。
So I finished my homework, but I haven't handed it in. Because of the tense structure of English, you can often have very simple sentences, right? It seems natural for an English speaker to say, I finished my homework. But in Chinese, when you say that, 功课我写了, the person you're speaking to will expect that there's something else.
对，因为你要告诉我你完成了一个动作嘛，那当然有一个原因啊，或者有一个背景的情况，我需要知道为什么你要告诉我你完成这件事。
So by using this le, you're highlighting the fact that you've completed something. So what's implied is that you need to tell me why you completed this, what was the context in which you complete, why are you telling me that you've completed something?
对，所以如果像我们刚刚给的例子写完了可是还没有交，所以有两件事情拿来对比，我已经写了，但是这个动作做完，交这件事还没有做。
So in that particular example, there's a contrast, right? You finished one activity, you finished the action, of writing the homework. But you've got another action that you haven't done, which is submitting the homework. Let's have one more example.
小王上个礼拜去了美国，昨天才回来。
So, for example, in that case, if you said 小王上个礼拜去了美国，小王's just gone to America last week, I'd be like,
对啊，
I know Wang's gone to America.
所以呢，
right?
所以呢
So what? So 昨天才回来. So, 小王 went to America last week and he just got back yesterday.
那只有一种情形，或者是说一般来说，你只讲这个做完事情，有可能你在回答别人的问题。
Yeah. So the only instance that you can just complete a sentence with this action complete le is if you're answering a question. Constance, 你功课写完了吗？
我写完了。
But you can't start a sentence, you can't start a conversation by saying, I finished my homework.
我写了功课。
Cool. Right. So if you're answering a question, Constance, 你的面吃了吗？
我吃了。
But even that, I want something more, right? You're like,
好像
好吃吗? Was it tasty? Was it
对
good? Right? So when you're using this action complete le, make sure that you give further background, further information as to why you're emphasizing, you're highlighting the fact that you've completed an action.
所以就像我们一开始给大家的那4个例子其实它的了都是在句子的一个部分，它不是自己完整的一个句子。
So as you can see from the examples we've given you, this le is hidden, or not hidden, sorry, it's kind of in between a sentence. It could be in the middle of a sentence. It doesn't complete, it might complete the action, but it does not complete the sentence.
对的。
We've covered the first le, the action complete le. So at this point, let's do a mini recap before we move on to the next le.
所以这个了最重要的就是呢，它只是表示一个动作的完成。那你如果讲了一个动作完成，表示有一个原因你要告诉别人，或者是它有一个背景，所以它通常不是自己一个独立的句子。
Okay, so the most important thing about this action complete le is that it only highlights you've completed an action, right? It cannot exist as a sentence. It does not complete the sentence. When you're using this, you're either using it to compare two activities. If you use it, you always have to give further information or further background. So let's end with 2 example sentences. Okay.
饭我吃了，汤还没喝。
I've finished the rice, but I haven't had the soup yet. So in that particular sentence, you're making a contrast, right? You've finished the rice, but you haven't had the soup. Let's have the second one where you're giving further information.
我吃了饭就去找你。
So when I finish eating, when I finish my dinner or whatever, I'll go find you, right? So you're saying, once this is complete, I'll go find you, giving extra information. So it's important to note that if you're talking about things in the past, Don't just mindlessly add la 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 because actually that doesn't make sense in Chinese grammar. Only if you're highlighting the fact that you've completed a particular activity would you use this la. It is not past tense. Okay, guys, at this point I want you to take a break before we move on to the next la, which is the change of state la. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, guys, we'll see you at the next video. 再见。
再见。